Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, Belal Muhammad is certain that a win over Gilbert Burns will earn him a shot at the welterweight title. During an interview with Brendan Schaub, Belal had this to say.
Now it's undeniable. Winner of you versus Gilbert Burns is 100% getting the title shot.
Yeah, exactly. For me, it was like, I knew there was nothing that was just going to be handed to me. I knew that no matter what, there was always going to be me still having a claw and, get to the top any way possible. And even when I got to the top, I was still going to have to hold my breath, because regardless of how I finished my last fight or who I beat, there's always an excuse of, oh, you beat this guy because of this guy because of this. Sean Brady, 15-0, undefeated, young guy.
Beast.
Oh, he sucks. He's not that good. No. And there was always like a reason and like excuses for everything. So for this one, it's like, when this opportunity popped up, it was like, all right, well, Gilbert Burns has the hype. He just beat Masvidal. He just beat Magny. He's coming off a camp. I'm coming off the couch after Ramadan. I'm like, beating him now, there's no excuse. There's no excuse that could go against me now.
So it doesn't seem like Paddy Pimblett will be squashing his beef with Ariel Helwani anytime soon. Speaking in a recent interview, Paddy snubbed the idea of any friendly relationship with Ariel. Paddy said, "The Ariel stuff, people turn on me for telling the truth about Ariel, lad, it's crazy. I've got all that on my phone. This receipts thing is the maddest shout ever. At the time, I actually considered Ariel a friend. Obviously, I was never a friend to him. He saw me as a pound sign. The annoying thing about that was people saying to me, you're just bullying Ariel, and you've started an anti-bullying charity. My charity isn't an anti-bullying charity, for one. It's a foundation to help people. Two, I haven't bullied Ariel at all. I said this the other day. I shouldn't have called him names. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have said nasty words. Everything else was the truth. He tried to assassinate my character." Colby Covington slams Leon Edwards during a recent interview. Here's the clip.
Last thing, what do you say to fans who don't think you deserve a title shot?
Yeah, I say, man, look at my resume, man. All my last fights, they're not just contenders I've been beating. I've been beating first ballot Hall of Famers. All my last fights, 5 world champions I beat my last fights. Headlining pay-per-view, selling fights. No one wants to see anybody more in the division than they want to see me fight. So Colby Chaos Covington is the welterweight division, and I can't wait to get my undisputed title this summer.
Message to Leon Edwards.
Leon Edwards, fumble mouth. Stop fumbling the bag, man. This is going to be just like 1776, America versus UK. Let's get this done. Stop hiding. Stop being a little...
Paulo Costa calls Jan Blachowicz a liar during a recent interview with Ariel Helwani.
How close were you to fighting Jan on May 6th? Because he said that you turned it down.
Yeah, bro. Oh, Jan is lying. I never turned down that fight. Actually, in fact, he is who turned down the fight.
Really?
Yes. I always, I have always been negotiating that fight for 3 or 4 days. I was negotiating with UFC.
Paulo goes on to say that the UFC suggested that if he beat Blachowicz, he would remain at 205 and work toward a title fight in this division.
So I accept that fight, but the UFC suggests me once I beat him, I don't come back to 185. They say once you beat Jan, you need to stay at 205 and hold your position, because Jan is number 3, so you need to hold at 205. I told them, guys, I have business to do to finish at 185. So I cannot go right now 205. I can go eventually, like this fight to fight Jan, but I don't like the idea to stay stuck on 205, to stay, to not be able to come back and fight at 185. I have business to do. I have a gourmet chain in October.
Gilbert Burns explains how the fight with Belal Muhammad came about so quickly. Here's what Burns had to say during his talk with Brett Okamoto.
Dude, fighting Belal Muhammad. How did we get here? What happened after Miami? Belal Muhammad in Newark, New Jersey.
That was a true statement. Just to clarify, that was a true statement until the champion Leon Edwards, he gave an interview saying that he's not fighting July 22nd, and I think they were building the whole event in London for this fight. But whenever he said, "Oh, I'm not done, I'm just fighting in October in Abu Dhabi," and I was just like, okay, July was easy to wait. July was right there. I can't wait. But all the way to October, I'm not waiting all day. No, heck no, I said. And then when I saw that, and I saw Charles Oliveira pulled out, and then I saw Belal Muhammad tweeting out, and I'm like, that's an opportunity right there. And I said, who's available? And then he said, "Oh, Belal Muhammad." I said, "That's it. That's the guy." You know, we're both in the race to get the title shot, so why not? And it was a little drama to get the fight going. He don't want to do the weight cut, and then he wants more money and this and that. But we're here now. I'm very happy.
Uriah Faber speaks on Deiveson Figueiredo's decision to remain at flyweight for his next fight. Here's what Faber had to say during an interview with the Schmo.
He's got a fight with Manel Kape, UFC 290, it's rumored, but at flyweight. I thought the former two-time flyweight champion was going up in weight. He's not going up in weight anymore?
You know, I think, you know, when he went back home and started the training regimen, he's still healing up, by the way, so that's not 100% signed and delivered on this fight. He just realized, you know, this is a big deal, the fight world, and he wants to give himself every advantage to win. And he can still make that weight. You know, 3 more fights, he said he feels comfortable in 3 more fights before he makes the move up. And why not? I think it's a smart move.
So that fight's not a done deal yet, but do you feel like he is going to be fighting in the flyweight division, UFC 290 this summer, International Fight Week?
I believe so.
Michael Bisping believes Sergey Pavlovich could pose a serious threat to John Jones if the two get matched up before Jones decides to retire. Here's what Bisping had to say during a recent edition of the Believe You Me podcast.
I was very, very impressed. Like, oh, okay, this guy's a serious problem.
Have you seen, I saw a meme yesterday. It was like, oh God, I wish I could remember what it was now. It says, when someone thinks something of something, and it's like some people, and it turns round, and it's Sergey Pavlovich. There's some Instagram footage of him shadow boxing under a pier on a beach. Have you seen it? Oh, and he's throwing hands like 1,000,000 miles an hour. And you know, like we can all throw fast for a few seconds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but then you take a little breath. Certainly, certainly when you get to 44, you know what I mean? When you're doing it on camera, anytime the coach turns the camera on, or you're doing a little Instagram video, you smash that.
So fast.
You're giving it everything, but then you slow down quick. Well, Sergey was shadowboxing like a lightning maniac for quite some time. He has got fast hands still.
Yeah, he's terrifying.
Arnold Allen reveals he's extremely upset with his performance against Max Holloway. During a recent episode of the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, Allen had this to say.
I expect more out of myself, and it's maybe a little bit more frustrating knowing, because I felt like I could have done better. I should have done better. I didn't feel like a winner after.
You didn't feel like it?
Nah, like immediately after, I watched it back and you could see me going, because it was, but I wasn't necessarily thinking I lost the decision. It was more, whatever happened, I knew I should have done better. Like, you know, like I felt I let myself down. I hate losing. Like, I absolutely hate losing, but I'm not a sore loser. Not one bit. And it's just it has like reignited the fire inside me. Maybe it was, when this fight was announced and I asked for it and they gave us the contract, I had not a little bit of nerves at all. It was just like, yeah, sweet, this is the journey, beat this guy, get the title shot, you know? And it's almost the same feeling I had when I got to the, or before I got to the UFC and I lost. And I was like, when this fight gets to the UFC, then we're gonna, you know, easy. So it's like a reset, you know, I have to go back to the drawing board, do things better, make sure I prepare better.
Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.